2 days ago, the COP28 environmental conference came to an end with newspapers heralding it as an outstanding victory for the climate because they finally have agreed to use the words fossil fuels. This is nothing more than a sham that these countries have been running for almost 30 years now. For 30 years, countries have been meeting and signing non-binding, non-enforceable agreements, pledging to reduce emissions, all while they continue to increase emissions that are rapidly warming the planet. For 30 years, they could agree to talk a big game about decreasing emissions, but have refused to take steps to phase out fossil fuels, the primary cause of global warming. They talk big about increasing renewable energy like wind and solar, all while they massively invest in new oil and gas projects, like Biden giving a permit for the Alaska Willow Project, the single largest oil drilling operation ever carried out on public land. Or like the president of COP28, the CEO of an oil company who is investing $150 billion, that's B for billion dollars, in new oil drilling projects. He got exposed for trying to use the conference as an opportunity to sell oil and gas. And get this year's COP28 allowed a record number of oil and gas lobbyists into the summit, some 2,456 of them to be exact. This year, both the hottest year on record and with fossil fuel use also breaking record levels, the COP28 agreed to sign another non-binding, non-enforceable agreement that calls for transitioning away from fossil fuels, but refused to include any language about rapidly phasing out fossil fuels. They struck down any language that calls for stopping construction of new coal power plants, and their statement promotes the use of natural gas as a transitional fuel. The science is clear that we are already here, already at the point of no return, the threshold of irreversible and devastating changes to the Earth. And it was a 12-year-old climate activist who got up and exposed this COP28 for what it is. Not a climate summit, but a fossil fuel summit. A summit to keep the burning of fossil fuels going and to continue destroying the Earth and continue destroying any hope for our future. As Bob Avakian has said, this system and those who rule over it are not capable of carrying out economic development to meet the needs of the people now, while balancing that with the needs of future generations and requirements of safeguarding the environment. They care nothing for the rich diversity of the Earth and its species, for the treasure this contains, except when and where they can turn this into a profit for themselves. These people are not fit to be caretakers of the Earth.